What's up, boys and girls? Muzzafuzza here, back again playing some more Diablo 3. I'm on my wizard, and today we're going to be doing a passive skills guide for the wizards. Let's zoom in on our wizard. Here we are. I got some new skills on to show you guys, and we're going to start off with Spectral Blade. Oh yeah! Look at that. Look at that. It's like a magic samurai sword clusterfuck of doom. And then I've got Wave of Force, which is pretty cool as well. Oh yeah, diamond skin. Oh my god. My skin is made of diamonds. Oh, okay. And last but not least, storm armor, which is one of the protective armor spells that lasts for I think like 2 minutes. Yeah, it lasts for 2 minutes. But like I said, you guys, today we are going to be doing a passive skills guide for the wizard class. So without further ado, let's get started by pressing S. And we've got the passive skills down here. And I'm going to go from top to bottom and talk about all the different passive skills and what I think about them. So let's do it. The first passive skill is called Power Hungry. Gain 30 arcane power whenever you're healed by a health globe. It just doesn't sit right with me, some of the things these so-called wizards do. They border on necromancy, or worse, it's just not proper magic. Venerable Sorcerer Fob Dunar, which is a weird fucking name. I don't know why Blizzard comes up with these crazy names for all the people that they do the quotes on the passive skills, but whatever. Basically, 30 arcane power whenever you're healed by a health globe. Not very useful, because arcane power is a fast regenerating resource. So I never really find myself running out of arcane power, and you shouldn't either, so it's pretty useless. Moving on to the second one, Temporal Flux. Whenever you deal arcane damage, enemies are slowed by 30% for 2 seconds. The energies of time and arcane power are jealous consorts. If you caress the one, you neglect the other at great risk. Ennead Sage Resco. Whenever you deal arcane damage, you slow enemies by 30% for 2 seconds. Not very useful for me because I find myself liking non-arcane spells a little bit more, like Disintegrate and Ice spells and stuff like that. So I don't really use arcane, and slowing people for 30% for only 2 seconds isn't really that great anyways. So the first two passives, not very good. Moving on to the third one, Critical Mass. Your critical hits have a chance to reduce the cooldown of your spells by 1 second. As the blast obliterated the wall, she spun the energy of the shockwave into a new spell and hurled it at her stupefied foes. The Harrowing of Corlean Stronghold. This one's kind of useful depending on what spells you're using. If you get a crit, it turns your cooldown of your other spells down by 1 second. So if you're critting over and over, you can actually take one of your high cooldown spells and use it a little bit faster paced. So there's pluses and minuses to it, but I gotta say my favorite one right now is the fourth passive skill, Glass Cannon. Increases all damage done by 20%, but decreases armor and resistances by 10%. How will I survive? I don't intend to get hit in the first place. If you even touch me, it's because I allowed it. Maloth, Renegade Wizard. What else do I have to say? It increases all damage done by 20%. That's all I need. 20% more damage? I fucking love that. I want to do as much damage as possible on my wizard. I just want to be blasting fools, even if it means taking 10% more damage myself due to decreased armor and resistances. So that's Glass Cannon. The fifth wizard passive is called Prodigy. When you deal damage with a signature spell, you gain 5 arcane power. The following skills are signature spells: Magic Missile, Shock Pulse, Spectral Blade, and Electrocute. I go over all those spells in my active skills guide for the wizard. If you guys haven't seen that, I have guides for all the classes in Diablo 3. They're in a playlist on my channel. So if you guys want to check out any more Diablo 3 videos, you can hit that up. But I'm going to go ahead and read this quote for this one. Heavy steel armor may turn aside a blade, but let's see how well it works against lightning. Lara Stormlash's infamous faux pas at the Royal Westmarch Joust. Damn, that was kind of a tongue twister. And I think I pronounced faux pas right. I don't know. I never really say fox pas or faux pas or whatever the fuck that is. Moving on. I probably wouldn't use this one, Prodigy, by the way, just because I don't really like the signature spells as much as I like the crazy damage, huge spells of energy twisters and black holes and hydras and all the crazy shit that you can use, rather than just the boring old signature spells. But we move on to the sixth passive, which is Virtuoso. Increases the damage of your basic wand attack by 100%, so it doubles it. Successful attacks with a wand generate 15 arcane power and heal you for 1% of your maximum life. She moved on as one with her wand, unleashing her vicious magic upon Valthek until he could stand no more, a witness to the Battle of Yashari. This is another one that I probably wouldn't use. It makes you like a wand virtuoso, doubles your wand damage, and your successful wand attacks give you arcane power and a little bit of life. but I don't really auto-attack at all. I might find myself auto-attacking more when I try the higher difficulty stuff and you find yourself running out of arcane power, but for now I like to use just straight up arcane power attack, so I wouldn't really use that one too much. Moving on to Astral Presence. Increases your maximum arcane power by 20 and arcane power regeneration by 2 per second. Feel the power in the veil that surrounds us, a thundercloud ready to burst, a volcano about to erupt. Harness it and you will be invincible. Adria. I don't know who Adria is. Might be a girl, so I might have pronounced that in a guy's voice for some reason. But yeah, increases your maximum arcane power by 20, so you'll bump up from 100 arcane power to 120 arcane power, and also gives you more regeneration. So this one would be actually quite useful. This one would be really useful if you find yourself running low on arcane power and you wanna be able to squeeze in that extra little bit of it. Moving on to Illusionist. Whenever you suffer more than 15% of your life in a single hit, the cooldowns on Mirror Image and Teleport are automatically reset. To be where you are is not the wisest of strategies. Grand Archmage Ralhis. Damn, they make these all really hard to pronounce. I don't know if that's Archmage or Archmage, but I'm just gonna roll with it. Illusionist, basically, if you suffer some big hits from enemies, it'll drop your cooldown on Mirror Image and Teleport instantly, so you can get out of there and hopefully not die. So that's kind of a survivalist passive, but pretty useful, pretty cool. Moving on to Black Ice. Cold damage dealt to chilled and frozen targets is increased by 20%. Temp flavor text, need real flavor. So this is probably another error, another typing or description error on Blizzard's part, because I'm guessing that's not what it's supposed to really say. But anybody that's chilled or frozen, like slowed down or frozen, takes 20% more damage from any of your frost spells or your cold spells. So that's pretty cool. That's Black Ice if you want to do 20% more damage with your frost stuff. And I'm pretty sure with runestones and stuff you can actually spec into frost, so that could be quite useful. The next one is called Conflagration. Dealing fire damage to enemies applies a burning effect, increasing all damage done to them by 15% for 3 seconds. The red-hot armor seared their flesh and boiled their blood as they tried desperately to pry it from smoldering bodies. We finished the defenseless creatures as an act of mercy. Tales of Chaldeum, Volume 12. These quotes are so ridiculous. Yeah, anyways, any burning damage, any fire damage you do causes people to light on fire, and that increases your damage to them by 15% for 3 seconds. So it's a little more damage, but it's not quite as much as if you spec into Black Ice when you're doing frozen damage. I don't really have any preference between burning damage, frozen damage, electrical damage, whatever, but that's still pretty cool if you want to be a fire mage or a fire wizard. Moving on to Paralysis. Lightning damage dealt to enemies has up to a 5% chance to stun the target for 2 seconds. Some people are shocked by my mastery of magic. Lara Stormlash. See there, I got it. I finally got it. It was a girl, and I did a girl voice, or at least a slightly girl voice. I can't go all high pitch like this, but I might try it for one of the next ones. Whatever. Anyways, lightning damage, 5% chance to stun the target for 2 seconds. Probably way more useful for PvP rather than PvE, because stuns are just really useful for stuff like that, but pretty cool nonetheless. The next one is called Galvanizing Ward. Increases the duration of your armor spells by 120 seconds, so 2 more minutes on your armor spells. As long as an armor spell is active, you gain 27 life per second, and your armor spells are Energy Armor, Ice Armor, and Storm Armor. Power begets power. The excess energy from one spell is absorbed by the other, and so the effect is sustained. That's from an excerpt from Grand Master Clawvat's lecture on synergistic effects in esoteric arcane spheres. What the fuck, tongue twisters? This is ridiculous. Basically, yeah, it improves your armor spells. Makes it so when your armor spells are on, now they last 4 minutes rather than 2 minutes, and they give you some sexy life regeneration. Moving on to Blur. Decreases melee damage taken by 20%. Truly powerful wizards have been known to turn their magic inward, transmuting the very composition of their own bodies for boundless energy and cat-like reflexes. Pretty badass. 20% less melee damage taken, makes you better in PvP up against barbarians and monks and stuff like that. So, I mean, if you're up against a really melee-heavy dungeon, I guess it could help, but I'm probably not going to use that one just because it's too plain for me. I like the complicated, crazy ones. Moving on to Evocation. Reduces all cooldowns by 20%. So long have you focused on twisting reality to your will that time itself seeks to appease you. You get this one at level 26, and this one's pretty plain and basic as well. All cooldowns reduced by 20%, so for those long cooldown abilities, the high level ones in your active skills, it'll help out. It'll take the cooldown down by 20%, but that's about it. Moving on to Arcane Dynamo. When you deal damage with a signature spell, you gain a flash of insight. After 8 flashes of insight, your next non-signature spell deals 50% additional damage. You cannot gain a flash of insight more than once every 0.9 seconds. So this actually gives you a reason to use your signature spells. Every 8 flashes of insight, which is a stackable buff that goes on you, you get an additional 50% damage from your non-signature spells. So I could cast just regular old Spectral Blade over and over till I get 8 stacks, and then I call down a Meteor, and my Meteor that already does huge ass damage will do 50% more damage, which is pretty goddamn useful. So that's probably one that I'm going to rock once I hit level 28, which it requires. And moving on to the last and final passive skill for the wizard, it's called Unstable Anomaly. When reduced below 20% life, release a shockwave that knocks all enemies back. This effect cannot occur more than once every 60 seconds. It takes perfect concentration for a wizard to dance on the edge of infinity. Never be the one to break that concentration. One-Eye Whipple. Who the fuck is One-Eye Whipple? Yeah, this one's cool because anytime you're about to die, it gives you a little bit more survivability. It makes it so that all enemies knock back, and it's probably a pretty cool animation as well because it is a level 30 passive skill. So the max level in Diablo 3 is going to be 60. The max level that you get any passive or active skills is 30. So by the time you hit 30, you've beaten the game on normal and you've got all your passives and all your actives unlocked. And it looks like this one is going to be pretty fucking cool for wizards to stay alive. But you guys, this has been Muzzafuzza. This was another Diablo 3 guide, passive skills guide for the wizard. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys are liking these guides, keep supporting them with likes, favorites, comments. You can share this video around, post it on Reddit, do whatever you do to help the series out. This has been Muzzafuzza. I hope you guys are excited for Diablo 3. I know I am. If you guys want to hit up any of the links down below in the description, you can do that. I've got Twitter, I've got Facebook, I'm all over the internet. You can follow my live stream. I'm going to be live streaming tons of Diablo 3 when it comes out. And that's about it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you later.